Alright, it's Monday and I have my new pump. So when you take your old pump out, you've got to make sure you match the pressure that it's rated for and the feet of head. In other words, how many feet up it'll pump. This has a pump curve form. So what this means is total feet of head. That means how many feet high it will pump. So I got one that'll pump about 48 feet high, and it stops 0 gallons a minute. If you go over to 40, it would be pumping somewhere around 30. So it doesn't have to pump that fast. So the way you read these, so there's your feet of lift, gallons per minute. So, and if you wanted to know like what PSI, you just multiply feet times 0.433 and that'll give you the PSI it puts out. Anyway, so you make sure your pump that you're putting in matches the old pump, and then make sure, you know, is it 110 volts, at 220 or what. And then you'll have your two different floats. So your top float is your alarm for high tank, and your bottom float, that's your switch to turn your pump on and off. And then you've got your float switch plug in. It turns this plug on and off, and then your pump itself will plug into this one. So as you can see, you've got your pump, you got your float, you got that. Now make sure those float switchers are going to be able to work even if they land like that or something. And that when they come up, they're going to work and not interfere with each other, not get tangled up in anything. So I've got the top of it cut off, and you can use a hacksaw or whatever, just cut it square. And then I use a reamer to ream the outside so you don't rake your glue off when you're gluing it. You want to ream your inside so that if there's hair or fuzz or something like that in there, it doesn't get caught and plug that up. So what I did is I lowered this down in there. I took my elbow piece, cut it off because the new pump it's shallower. The old pump here, if you look at the difference in height, I had to account for that. If I'd have just put this on without lengthening this, then this whole pump unit would have been hanging in here by a piece of 2-inch pipe off that, and eventually that would have broke, and then you'd have another disaster. So anyway, these pumps, this one here is around $400, a little less than that. You step up the next size, are about $600. The ones at Lowe's and Home Depot, you know, they'll only pump maybe 20 feet high. This one here will go up 48 feet, so the next size up would go up about 70 feet. So it's definitely a different animal, and this is a sewer type pump or septic type. They'll have a hole in the bottom of them with an impeller that spins in here. So it's a small, shallow impeller, so this will actually pass solids. A regular sump pump is not what you want to put in a septic system. It's going to plug up, it's going to break, it's going to wear out, it's going to burn up in no time, and you'll be right back in there again. So hope this helps somebody.